Good morning, seniors and sophomores. Welcome back. I can't believe it's 2021 and we are back on a Monday, January 4th. So, you know what that means. It's time for another session of Mindfulness Monday. If you take the time to review this video, thank you. I appreciate everyone who's staying consistent and getting some headspace. So, we're going to jump right into it. Today's session is about challenging times. Man, have we gone through some challenging times? We've navigated some challenging times. These challenging times may still persist, but we persist as well, and we're here. So let's partake in this session today.
We may live with the idea that we should always be happy, but this is not the nature of life. In accepting this simple truth, we discover a greater sense of ease in more challenging times. In many ways, I think this is the heart of so much of our stress, our struggle, our discontent in life. So to have this idea that life should always be happy. And it's a really strong idea. And there's a lot of desire sort of behind that idea. And we never really sort of pause to think, well, is that even possible? Is that even appropriate? Is that what we would want in our life? Reactively, we might sort of assume, well, yes, of course we would. But when we're going through sort of a difficult time, if somebody close to us is unwell, do we necessarily want to be happy during that time? If we lose someone really close to us, would we want to be happy? The truth is, the range of human emotion kind of support us throughout the journey and throughout the many different circumstances that arise. And we're not always sort of in a situation where happiness, in terms of, the happiness that we think of as not feeling sad, well, that's sort of necessarily appropriate. But we can talk about perhaps a contentment or a sense of ease that exists beyond or beneath that sort of everyday happiness that is with us in those times of happiness, but it's also with us in those times of sadness. It's a mind which is at ease with thinking, at ease with feelings, at ease with the world around us, no matter how it appears in that moment. Doesn't mean that we necessarily want it to be that way, but at the same time, we're not resisting it. And in not resisting it, we find a sense of contentment. So rather than striving for that everyday kind of happiness, and perhaps looking outward for that, instead looking inward, finding that sense of contentment, no matter how the mind or life appears in any given moment. So just taking a moment to settle both the body and the mind. We'll start with the eyes open, and when you're ready, just a big deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And as you exhale this time, just gently closing the eyes. Just starting to notice the body, in particular that feeling of weight, the body pressing down. Perhaps the feet on the floor, the hands, the arms, just resting on the legs. And starting to notice the different sounds around you, allowing sounds to come and go. Without thinking about them, just noticing the different sounds. And then bringing the attention back to the body. Noticing if there's any sense of restlessness or stillness in the body today. And not thinking about it, just noticing. And noticing how the breath is behaving today. So just noticing whether the breaths are long, short, deep or shallow. Just following that movement. Place your hand on the stomach if you find it easier. Just resting the mind on that sensation. And now just letting go of that focus, bringing the attention back to the body, back to that feeling of weight, of contact, back to the sounds around you. And when you're ready, just gently opening the eyes again.
So, I know I needed that. It felt great to really go through that cycle, that moment of meditation. Today's message was, we may think we should always be happy, but that isn't the nature of life. In accepting this truth, we discover a sense of ease in challenging times. Let me repeat that. We may think we should always be happy, but that isn't the nature of life. In accepting this truth, we discover a sense of ease in challenging times. As always, take care and remember to always take some time for yourself and get some headspace. Have a great day, guys.